Residents of Belladrum on the west coast of Berbice staged a protest on Thursday demanding the release of embattled Region 4 returning officer for GCOM Clairmont Mingo. Mingo was arrested late on Tuesday evening at his sister's home in Calcutta, Maikoni, after which he was taken to the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Force for questioning in relation to electoral fraud perpetrated at the March 2nd, 2020 general and regional elections. A concerned resident of the village, who is also a senior citizen and who claims to know Mr. Mingo very well, shared how she feels about the fiasco.
But today we can stand up for Mingo because Mingo ain't do nothing more than nobody. I am very much concerned.
Another young resident of the community expressed his view of the debacle.
I believe the persons they should be questioned concerning this thing is the presiding officers for each polling stations and the staff. Those are the people. The polling agent might not be able to see what's going on, but the presiding officer knows. So this is total nonsense. I think it's just, let me say, they just mean to drag the man name.
Also lamenting the arrest of Mingo was another resident who preferred that everyone at the GCOM body should be investigated and not only Mr. Mingo.
I am here protesting on behalf of Mr. Mingo for the freedom of Mr. Mingo, because it has many other GCOM workers, many other returning officers, and they are not targeting them, just targeting Mr. Mingo. And I feel that is a great injustice they are doing to Mr. Mingo. That is not right. They should investigate everyone, just as how they are investigating Mr. Mingo.
Meanwhile, in speaking with this newscast on Wednesday, Mingo's attorney, Darren Wade, iterated that even though he had not initially been allowed to meet or speak with his client at the point of his arrest, he was able to do so on Wednesday. However, he stopped short of relating what was discussed. The attorney also took the opportunity to speak to what the law says about the detainment of suspects without evidence within a 72-hour period. Criminal charges had been brought against Clairmont Mingo on two separate occasions by Attorney General Anil Nandlal and more recently Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport Charles Ramson Jr., alleging that he conspired to commit fraud when he submitted information and supported by an announcement that the APNU AFC had won the 2020 general and regional elections. The national vote recount exercise revealed that the PPPC had the most votes at the polls. However, the APNU AFC had maintained that the governing PPPC had committed fraud when it uncovered a number of anomalies at the election, including missing statutory documents that were supposed to accompany ballot boxes. While some persons were protesting for the release of Mr. Mingo, another resident iterated her dissatisfaction at an alleged statement made by the Minister of Housing, Colin Crowell, that a 50% land promotion initiative, which was initiated by the previous administration, is being scrapped and monies paid by the beneficiaries will be reimbursed by the ministry. Back in February of this year, the Central Housing and Planning Authority had offered a conditional 50% discount on house lots for persons who applied between October 1st, 2019 and February 2020. It is alleged that the minister made these statements against the backdrop of a lack of availability of land as well as infrastructure to access those lands. In a statement released to the media on Thursday afternoon, APNU Party Executive Aubrey Norton stated, "I am astonished, though not surprised, that the housing minister, sworn in on the basis of fraudulent votes, has declared that he will refund monies to persons who paid the 50% down payment for house lots because there is no infrastructure. This position borders on idiocy and is hypocritical." Wendell Badrie for the HGP Nightly News.